happening. At the same time, you go to our YouTube and follow these discussions right there. Now, of course, FUFA Big League wasn't the best one for, of course, very many teams, and of course, other teams have tried pushing it right there. But all in all, I want to say that, of course, the Big League continues or starts right there. It was this weekend, and a lot is happening. But back again today, a game on Kade Derby that will be in Mbale as Mbale Heroes, the new entrants take on Kataka Football Club, a game that will be at 4 p.m. live on TV. So we're waiting to see what exactly that comes like. Benson, what is your take about the game?
I think that is the biggest match in match day one of the start time is the FUFA Big League, because if you take a look at the weight of the other fixtures that has already been played and you compare it with the game that is coming actually today, the game between Mbale Heroes and Kataka, to me is the best one in match day one of the new season. Why am I saying so? Because it's a derby. A derby always comes with its own things. Tension is there, the beauty kind of it is there. Mbale Heroes, they have also done a lot. You compare the squad with that one of Kataka, and they have also one thing which is also making me to say that it's actually the biggest game in the first and actually in match day one of the new season is, of course, the regulation of the policies were concerning the licensing of the players. We have seen these two clubs getting players from the other top teams we have in the top tier of Ugandan football. One of them is, of course, Tikiriza from the team of Bull FC. At the same time, Ogwet from the team of Bull FC. Of course, they will be featuring for the team of Mbale Heroes against Kataka, and the same thing also applies to the team of Kataka, getting five players from the teams that are also playing in the top tier of Ugandan football. All in all, the beauty of derby, the tension of it, is what is making me to say that actually it is the biggest game in match day one of the new season.
Interesting card, probably fixture to come right there, and very many will be expecting to see what exactly we'll be pushing right there. But all in all, Susie, Mbale Heroes, yes, they've ever come through to the FUFA Big League, and this time around they went off. They are going back. They went back. Again, they are back into the game yet again to see that they really need to push it right there. What is your expectation? Kataka, that has been one of the, I should say, people tell me to be the one of the disciplined clubs, where, of course, when you see a game like that, the last time was when they, of course, it was alleged that the fans beat, of course, the Jumani Town Council players and the rest, of course, something that up to now hasn't been talked about because that is one big thing. So what are you expecting from this game? The tension, then quality-wise, and of course how the game probably could be ending.
The tension bit of it all, and I should say we cannot run away from it. There is going to be a lot of tension, not going to be, it is already there. There is already a lot of tension that we are anticipating because these two have also been arch rivals for quite some time now, for the fact that they're all in the same region, and they have played against each other for quite some time now, and this time around coming to meet up again, it's going to be really a very tough game, and both sides or both teams will want to prove to the world or prove to there is their fans that they are a better side. We discussed this yesterday with Benson at length, and I had given it out to, by the way, Mbale Heroes, because if you look at Kataka's previous performances, you would see that last season didn't go so well for them. There is the last season for Big League didn't go so well for them. They had a lot of issues here and there in discipline cases and all that. Although their discipline cases were covered, I will say, nothing was talked about it and all that. Even if evidences were there up against them, and nothing was said. And this time around, we want to see how they are going to handle it within themselves. They are going to say pachu this time around. It's going to be a home affair. We really want to see how it's going to turn up to be. But we pray that the indiscipline bit of it, the chaos, the hooliganism is put aside to have fun in the game. It's just a fun. It's just football to me. But the tension is quite there.
Quality-wise, Benson, what are you saying? The two sides have, just like you've said, signing new players from different sides from here and there. But don't forget that Kataka has some players who have played in this league for quite a long time, not about the Ghana Premier League, but of course the big league. A big league is a game of a high temper, and you're going to be seeing some players. That's why I don't want to play in the big league, because it's a high tempo game. Of course, it's very hard for a club to just penetrate easily from the big league, and we expect to see one of the biggest things right there. So what are you expecting about the quality of players that will be coming in there?
If you take a look at the strength of these two teams, Kataka, you compare it with that one of Mbale Heroes, I should say Kataka, they have lost a couple of key players. One of him went to that side of USA for studies and also for studying also football. That's a key player. People always love calling him Young Messi. And you compare his playing style, almost that one of Lionel Messi, that is a key player. They have already lost. That means he will not be featured in this game. And that guy actually has been the pivot fulcrum for the team of Kataka. Meanwhile, Mbale Heroes, this is a side that has prepared a lot because they know that in the previous seasons they have been there because of one or two reasons. They have actually been relegated to the regional league from that side of Eastern. And again, they have earned a promotion back to the Star Times FIFA Big League. What they will want to do is to see that they retain themselves within the league, and at the same time, if everything's gone well, we see them climbing up to the first tier of Ugandan football. Now, quality-wise, to me, I will say Mbale Heroes, they are a much prepared side than the team, than the team of Kataka. Though Kataka, as I said, they have also gone on to sign some players that have acquired double licensing to play for some of the teams that are playing in Star Times Uganda Premier League, and at the same time playing for the team of Kataka. Because of late, we have seen FIFA coming up with a new regulation whereby players that are under 21, they can be able to feature for a team that plays either in a regional league, FIFA Big League, and at the same time Ugandan Premier League, provided they are from the different leagues. Then you compare the quality of the players with that one. Mbale Heroes at the same time also they have signed from the teams that are playing in Uganda Premier League. You talk about Gerard Okwet. This player, we all know that was the second top scorer last season, and he was signed by the team of Bull FC from Lugazi, and is featured for Bull FC, and at the same time is featured for the team of Mbale Heroes. Him alone is also going to add a lot of experience in the team of Mbale Heroes. May I continue to say, in African football, you need to have a key player, more special attacker. Even if things does not work well, he can be able to change things. Since he's having the experience of slotting the ball into the back of the net, this guy, of course, will be a threat for the team of Kataka. And at the same time, a player also named to be Tsikiriza. This player is also having experience, and also having the experience. He has got the experience from the team of Bull. Getting the experience from the entire team of Bull FC. If both players, the duo will transfer the experience into the team of Mbale Heroes, of course they will act as a threat for the whole team of Kataka. Though Kataka, as I said, they have also signed so many players, but to me, quality-wise, the players Mbale Heroes they have signed, to me, are better than that one of Kataka, unless, as I said, Derby, because Derby is always unpredictable. You will see anything happen in it, but quality-wise, I still prefer the team of Mbale Heroes.
Now, let's leave that there. I want us to talk about something that you brought into, of course, what has been there. Today, FIFA has finally signed the rules and regulations of, that is the league, or that is going to govern the league, its federation right there. But out of that is just what you've talked about of double licensing. Susan, do you think this will help a lot players, or do you think this will affect some clubs, or it will affect players?
It's going to affect both players and clubs, and I think because somehow the rule says that if the two sides come to meet up, maybe let's say in Uganda Cup, because there is no way a big league side comes and plays a UPL side unless Uganda Cup. If they both teams meet, such a player sits down and does not take part in any of the play. So to me, I think this is going to bring in a lot of confusion. One of the players that I saw that was licensed was is Shafiq Magogo, the son of the FIFA president. There is Magogo himself, and I think this quite is going to be very confusing. You will not know which side you show commitment to, because as a player, for you to actually for you to shine, you really need to show commitment to one side that you play for. You should be very loyal, and in such incidences, you will find that a player might leak out the secrets of one other club to the other. So to me, really, this does not go down well, so well with me, much as the FIFA sees it as a platform for the different players to get a playtime, to get also platforms to showcase their talents and all that. But to me, this is really going to cause in a lot of confusion between players and their clubs in terms of loyalty and the rest of the things.
Benson, what did you say?
This one, I look at it as a negative thing. I know Uganda is trying to see that they bring uniqueness in football, but the way they are approaching things, to me, I don't like it. How can a player be in position to play for two teams and in the same season? To me, I look at the idea as a wrong one. First of all, the issue of fatigue will affect these players. In case a team that plays in Ugandan Premier League and at the same time a team that plays in FIFA Big League, for example, if a Bull is played on Tuesday, maybe the team of Mbale Heroes is playing on Thursday, and Gerard Ogwet has to feature for the team of Bull FC because he's having the capability to play for Bull FC, and at the same time he's already having licensing to play for the team of Mbale Heroes, also features for the team of Mbale Heroes just in a space of 1 day for rest. That of course will affect the player in terms of the fatigue, and at the same time you take a look at in terms of the quality of the league, it will also affect. And our neighboring countries, you know, each and every time, every federation is seeing that they actually go ahead in football. Now, if they see that we're actually messing up, to me, I'm seeing we're actually messing up with the things. It's the first of its kind I'm seeing, and I'm hearing that a player is licensing to play for two clubs. I don't know if this is a policy that has only been implemented within the Federation of Uganda, or else it has actually been approved by the worldwide organization that monitors football. But to me, I don't look at the idea as a positive one.
All right, when we leave that there now, there's that big thing that came through. FIFA Big League still continued with that, but yesterday there was a game on card where, of course, Police played against Young Elephants. That, of course, would be coming there. Now, it was a shock to, that is, Simon Peter Mugeroa, after, of course, the team of, the Young Elephants led the team by a goal to nil, and then later on, of course, the team fought back with Police to put it out in a 2-1 victory right there. Does that mean that this big league is so competitive that you wouldn't really want to underestimate any team? Because Police head coach said he did not expect such a performance from the new entrants. I
think this was a shocker to almost everyone. Yesterday, I equally also gave it out to Police, saying that last season they missed narrowly crossing over to there is a UPL. But then seeing them beaten, I think it also equally shocked me.
No, they won the game, but of course it was a late one, a 2-1. That of course saw them put it out. But they were scored fast by the young, the young elephants were out, and of course it was an away game, and they had to really put the pressure, and their display was very fantastic. So Police did not expect that. It was like an ambush to their hope.
You know, if you take a look at these newly promoted sides, first of all, the ambition is very high. These sides, they have actually prepared. Like for Young Elephants, they have never been into the StarTimes FIFA Big League. It's the first of its kind. They are getting into the league. The preparation to me was very massive, and it being the first game, you know, every side normally, when a new season kickstarts like this, no another team will want to lose the opening game, even if the team is away from home. And if you take a look at the newly promoted side, you talk about Mbale Heroes that are yet to play the game today. You talk about Chinda Boys, Tigay's Homeboys, and the Young Elephants. It has only been Young Elephants so far showing the momentum that they can still do it. You take a look at Chinda Boys, they were beaten. You talk about the team Tigay's Homeboys, they were beaten. At least the Young Elephants, they proved something. Why am I saying so? You look at the weight of the team they played. This is a team that went up to the finals of Stanbic Uganda Cup. That is the first thing. The second thing is that this is a team that is having the experience of doing everything in Ugandan football, because they have stayed long and going and getting fast into the score sheet, and at the same time losing the game just narrow by 2-1 shows that they are capable of doing anything. The first one is that priority to see that they actually remain in the league. If they continue with that spirit, I think Young Elephants, of course, they will remain in the StarTimes FIFA Big League in the upcoming seasons.
Now, Police will be playing on 30th yet again with Ginger North, and that's going to be a very big game that we'll be seeing. Of course, the team will go to Ginger, so it's not going to be an easy fixture probably for Police. That will be right there. Now, that's one big thing that I just wanted to tell you about Big League. And now let's leave that they are coming to. That is the She Cranes that are also preparing ahead of course, the game with Algeria. It's one of the biggest games that you could be expecting. What is your say about that game?
First of all, Uganda is going for this game with that negative mentality, I should say, because they are going away to Algeria. Algeria, taking a look at both the men's team and the ladies team, they have always been a headache to the team of Uganda, both the Sea Cranes and the Crested Cranes. On the screens, of course, the squad, you can keep on following the squad. How Uganda will line up, how tactical are they going to be to face the team of Algeria is what I am looking at. The only thing which will work out for our ladies is how tactical they are going to approach the game, because they are already a goal down. A goal down is not all that a very big difference that can make us to go down easily. They can still go and pick a 1-0 result against the team of Algeria. Why did I say that they are actually going for the game with that negative mentality? I'm saying so because they already know that, and they having that mentality. Now Algeria has always been something, a team very difficult for them to pick result against, because you flash back, you look at the games they have played between themselves, it has only been going into the hands of that Algeria. But this is a ladies team. It is the second time they are going to play at Nzeru. They fell 2-1. Still, as I said, not a very big difference. They can still be able to do something, but away from home, I don't think our ladies, the Crested Cranes, they can be in position to surpass that Algeria. The way I'm seeing, they will still prove something hard for the team of Algeria. At the end, they will still be beaten at the home of Algeria.
Susie, do you agree with the Benson?
I think Uganda can put up a spirited fight against Algeria today at Jeru, them being home. Much as we've seen Team Uganda being beaten at home, like you said, yeah, they're going there knowing that they're trailing and they need to beat Algeria. So trust me, how they equally also lost to Algeria as they were in away side shocked a lot of people, because the ladies have been quite a very good side, and they are very energetic. They have the zeal to actually fight. We've seen them play quite a lot of good football. We've seen them win. We've seen them proceed past the group stages and all that. Unlike their male counterparts that are always disappointing the rest of the countrymen. And this time around, trust me, Team Uganda is going to fight up so hard to see that they turn out to be the winners. They turn out they already 1-0 defeat they suffered while they traveled to face there is Algeria. So I think much as they're going with the negative thought, but they're going there with a lot of positives to see to it that they get to turn up this result. And to me, I think they are going to beat there is Team Algeria and win this.
Now, their head coach, the assistant had stepped down. That is the man everybody was looking unto to see that takes this team. I'm going to see possibility. Mubiru said no, he wanted to. I think he has applied for the national team post.
Abdallah Mubiru, I think, is yet waiting for the chance if he can be in position to become maybe if not the assistant coach, maybe the full head coach of the Cranes, the men's team. But still, considering the issue to be done with the issue of Crested Cranes, I know, to me, he has not had much impact into the Sea Cranes, not Sea Cranes, rather Crested Cranes team. Even if he has refused the chance to guide the team, still under Safik, the ladies team, they can still do anything. But as I said, I still want to stick to my prediction against Algeria, the sisters of Desert Foxes. I don't think they'll be in position to come back with something.
Let's wait and see what exactly will be coming out from there, because it's one of the biggest thing that everyone is looking at. Can Uganda prosper and put something in there? Can they put some splendid performance for everyone to see through right there? That's the question everybody would be asking right now. Let's take a move to, that is the world of cricket, and of course the athletics, who of course in the USPA award, they really showed marvelous performances, and of course I think very many deserved that in that different. I did tell you we shall be giving you different corners of the world of sports. Now in athletics and cricket, yes, crickets we have seen even Uganda has been represented in the Uganda cricket's team, but of course very many players. We've seen one of the clubs like Azizi Damani Club, cricket club, doing very well every time they're winning, dominating here. Was this genuine in this USPA award?
Yeah, I looked at it as a genuine thing, a genuine awards, because you take a look at the other federations we have in the different sporting fraternities. You take a look at the football, what have they done in the last 2 years, 2021 and 2022. Football, to me, they have not done anything, not even in World Cup, not even in AFCON qualifiers, not even in CHAN. And then you talk about netball. I should say netball, maybe they could have competed very well with the cricket and the athletics, but they have taken on last year and the other year before last year. If they were to take this year, you take a look at how Netball Federation also performing very well in the Netball World Cup. Last year also performing very well in the Commonwealth Games that was hosted in England. Unfortunately, they have taken last year and 2021, and you compare it with the federations they have taken ahead. You look at Uganda Cricket Federation. Last year they performed very well. I remember they were the champions in the regional cricket championship, and this year they have also defended it, but they have left aside this year. And also previous year, 2021, they also performed very well. Athletics, actually, to me, they have actually been taking the gong as far as Uganda Sports Press Association is concerned. At least each and I remember before last season came to an end, this award sometimes it's done every month. As you see, sometimes the athletics dominating it for third consecutive time, but athletics together with the cricket, these two federations, to me, they deserve it, because you look at the performance of the other sporting activities as the other federations have mentioned, Netball Federation, Football Federation, the rest. To me, athletics together with the cricket, to me, they have done better than the rest of the other federations.
Now, of course, Susie, what could have affected some of the federations? We have not had even maybe crickets are being, they are crying for stadium, they are crying for this and that. What could be the challenge?
I think they have quite tried to say that out, but then they have been pressed, and all we hear about is the ladies, the netball side, and the athletics and football and all that. Those are the noisiest departments, I should say, within there is sports. Because if you look at cricket, I think they have a few of the stadiums to play, and that's why they are winning in their game, and that's why they are very silent. We're not hearing a lot of noise from them and all that, because the cricket also equally, by the way, has a lot of support from the foreign nationals that we have within the country. Probably maybe that's why they are not making too much noise when it comes to the stadium and all that, because most of the time we see their sponsorship coming in from the foreign nationals we have within the country.
Okay, and of course, leaving that there is one big thing that has come through, where of course, if you've been following the social medias, where of course a Nigerian journalist was exchanging or saying no to the Pamoja bid of that is Africa. I mean for East Africa, where of course Uganda, Tanzania and Kenya were involved. Now, Engineer Moses Magogo he exchanged words with this journalist saying that no, that is not the case, and probably the journalist was saying Uganda and of course all the East African Pamoja bid does not deserve to be there. So it was a very big one, if you remember that. And probably it is one thing. Was he correct as a journalist?
I think the first thing maybe he looked at is, of course, the facilities these countries have, and maybe the person might have underrated the facilities in these countries. First of all, he or she might have looked at the number of stadiums, the completed stadiums, the three countries, of course, they have, and maybe that might be the reason as to why he or she might come up with such kind of words. But to me, since the Pamoja bid, it's supposed to take place in 2027, like I remember some 2 weeks ago we discussed about this one, we still have got enough period for the preparation. Maybe he or she underrated the facilitation.
Now, this is what he's saying. He said that why he's saying that is because two of the East African countries that want to host this game do not have a standard or standing stadium that they can make, or that are standing already ready for usage. So in the up to 2027, it's very hard, and he feels that is not able, and he feels East Africa cannot be ready for AFCON in that is the 4 years time. That's how he replied back to that is Engineer Moses Magogo.
I think to me, to some extent, 70% he's correct. Why am I saying so? You take a look at all these countries we have in the continent of Africa, and you take a look at the fraternity of sports development, more especially football. I think East Africa, to me, they should be ranked one of the least countries in terms of development as far as sports is concerned, more especially football. Maybe the person might have looked at all the developments in the countries we have in Africa, comparing it with the development, the facilitation these countries having, and also the duration, something of 4 years. Maybe he calculated that the 4 years, as you said, might not be enough.
But the reality is, Uganda, how many years does it take to make a structure? How many years has it taken for Nachivuo, or that they are talking about, to come up? Now that is there. It is even still not completed, but they are saying yet. Uganda even doesn't have a stadium for that is the Cranes, Uganda Cranes, to host a game. That was his statement. Then he says the miserable Kenya. Kenya, what do they have? They have also nothing. The only team the only country you would say it's better is maybe Tanzania, because at least, and you don't also say it's to the standard. So that is one big thing. I think the man Osasu or Bayua Madi is very correct to me. I've said that several times. The last time they talked about, they brought this year, I remember myself talking about that Uganda. I think that's just a joke, but it's one thing that is going in there. So we're waiting to see 2027. But as again today, Engineer Moses Magogo came out saying this is very possible, because now in reply, Magogo told us to be informed that Uganda 2 times, then Kenya 2 times, Tanzania 2 times have physically built stadia, and that of course are currently undergoing final phases of the rehabilitation. And of course that since 1976 Sekafa zone has not hosted this competition, let alone the fact that Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania themselves have never. So to which Osasu replied that of course East Africa has to show they can host the tournament, and also hinting at the previous disappointments that have happened. I think it's correct to me, but of course Engineer Moses says they have that able to go in.